Welcome, Mercyhurst University, to the second episode of the Shamrock podcast. I'm your host, Donnie Dark, being dark with you after midnight as usual. I'm here with two lovely ladies. I'm here with Lauren and Marina. How are you guys today?
We're good. How are you, Donnie?
Good. I'm fantastic. We are here to talk about the Merciad. So why don't one of you guys go ahead and tell me a little bit about the Merciad, what you guys do for the Merciad, and yeah, go from there.
All right. So my name's Lauren. I'm a senior intelligence studies major. This is my second year as the editor-in-chief of the Merciad.
Second year? Wow.
Second year, yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is awesome. So what is your job as the chief? What is your job?
So my job is to oversee all of the section editors, make sure we've got enough news coverage for the week, help put together the layouts, and make sure that we put out a paper each week.
Okay. And Marina, what is your job?
So I'm the managing editor for the Merciad. So like Lauren said, it's a student-run, student-focused newspaper that we've had on campus for a very long time. And basically what I do is with Lauren, I oversee what the writers provide us, and then we edit the pages together before the newspaper goes to print.
Oh my goodness. You guys are two busy ladies. Okay. Why don't you guys give me some history on like when you guys started to join the Merciad and what you guys started with when you guys did join the Merciad?
Yeah, so some background on the Merciad itself. So the Merciad started in 1929, so just 3 years after Mercyhurst opened its doors.
Okay.
Then we've had a paper every year since. I joined my freshman year, so 2016, as a writer. Then I moved to opinion editor my sophomore year. Junior year, I became the editor-in-chief, and here I am.
Do you miss any of those other jobs that you had before you became chief editor?
It was really cool to be the opinion editor and kind of see what people's opinions were and help put together that page. That was a fun one before transitioning.
Really? What was your favorite piece that you did?
I think my favorite piece is I wrote one on Wonder Woman being a UN ambassador, and my thoughts on that, just because I really like Wonder Woman and the UN, so it was a fun one to give my opinion on.
See, Wonder Woman, that's one of my favorite comics, believe it or not. That's one of my favorite DC comics, aside from Batman and Superman. Batman being my favorite one, by the way. But did you go see the movie?
I did.
How'd you like it?
I loved it.
You like it? Gal Gadot did a really good job of acting as Wonder Woman and acting as Princess Diana. That was fantastic. You can't wait for the sequel, though, right? Wonder Woman
I'm
84.
super excited.
Super excited. All right. Well, Marina, what about you? What about your previous jobs? Did you enjoy your previous jobs, or what was your favorite time in one of those previous jobs?
Yeah, absolutely. The same as Lauren, I started as a writer in 2017, and then my sophomore year I became features editor, and then this year I'm the managing editor. I loved being a writer, and I appreciate that even as editors we're still able to write some articles for the newspaper, not necessarily every week, but at least a few times a semester. My favorite article that I wrote was probably my very first one. It was about how Mercyhurst decided to make the move to banning smoking and vaping on campus.
Do you like smoking and vaping? Just to ask out of curiosity. No.
Not really,
No.
and I think it was a good idea to ban it on campus. So
it's okay. I don't like it either. I think it's like totally unhealthy. And a lot of people say vaping is much more unhealthy than smoking. I call fraud to the highest degree on that one, because a lot of people say that like vaping actually is worse and actually gets you into smoking while it doesn't help you stay away from it. But yeah, Mercyhurst that was smart on President Victor's part and on the university and administration's part, that they banned smoking and a lot of tobacco products. That was really smart. How do you join the Merciad? Because a while ago I joined the Merciad and I did some stuff for you guys and I had a fun time, and unfortunately I couldn't do it this term because I've been so busy with football. I've been so busy with LSM and grad school and just a bunch of stuff. But how do you as a student join the Merciad if you are interested?
You want to take a
Yeah,
minute?
one of you guys can do it. That's fine.
So we have meetings every week at 7 p.m. on a Monday for all our writers.
Okay.
So basically, you come to the meeting, we put a list of all the events and news that we have going on that week at Mercyhurst on the board.
Okay.
And then you can select what you want to write. So you'll always get to choose what you'd like to write or what you'd like to take photographs of. And then you get paid $10 per article and per photo that you take that we print in the newspaper.
What are the genres of these articles that you guys write?
So our sections are news, features, opinion, sports, arts, and entertainment.
With me, I always love news. I always love news. I love news. I love CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. So I'm the type, I would love to write for the news portion of the newspaper. But what are the benefits? Because don't you guys get paid?
So editors, we receive a scholarship because it is a lot of time and a lot of work to edit the paper and make sure that it goes out every week. Writers
Wow.
do get paid. Writers and photographers get paid $10 per article and picture.
Wait, so you guys talk about a scholarship. What's that scholarship called? And what when you guys do get paid, $10 per story, right?
Mm-hmm.
$10 per story, even for pictures included?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say I were and is there a limit? Is there a limit to how many stories you can do depending on like if there aren't that many people that are at the meeting that week? If you want to take on, for example, like 3 stories, you know what I mean? If you're like really that dedicated to the Mercyad, if you want to take on 3, maybe even 4 stories, would you guys allow that person to do that?
Yeah. So usually what happens is we open up to our writers during the meeting. People will raise their hand if they want that specific article. As long as there aren't multiple people vying for the article, people can take as many as they want. That's what's really nice about our schedule is writers can write as much or as little as they want, which
Yeah.
also really helps fitting it in with school schedules. If you have a busy week, you can step back a little bit. If you have a really easy week, you can take a couple more.
So it's like you're pick and choose. Because with me, I want my money. I love them $40. You know what I mean? But anyway, so let's talk a little bit about the digital proportions of the Mercyad, because you guys do have a website, right?
We do.
Okay, so why don't you guys tell me a little bit about the digital website that you guys have?
Yeah, so we have our own website. It's the Merciad. It's linked right on the hub page and also on Mercyhurst's main page.
Right.
So each week that we have an issue, we have the physical copy, and
Okay.
then all of the articles that are written in the physical copy get published on the website, so you can check it there. We also have a Facebook that we update pretty regularly, so all of the highlights for the week go on the website, along with a digital issue of the full printout.
Okay, so what's the website called and what's the Facebook called?
So the Facebook is just the Merciad, and the website is also the Merciad.
Oh, just the Mercyad and the Mercyad.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about a little bit of the controversy between the Mercyad. And I don't mean controversy as anything bad, but controversy with newspapers in general, because some people and some broadcasters, communication majors, minors, and people in general, they say that newspapers are dying. And in my opinion, I want to state right now that I don't believe newspapers are dying. I think they're evolving. I think they're becoming much more digitized, much more abroad, where you can do video, you can do all sorts of stuff with them. And the best part is they're digital. So what do you guys think about the newspaper portion not really dying but evolving in a different format for the newspaper, and how does it affect the Mercyad?
Well, the Merciad has been running for 90 years this year, uninterrupted. So I agree with you. I think it is more a case of the Merciad evolving rather than diminishing in any sense as a newspaper. We have had a lot of changes with layout, so we work to keep it modern. And then, like we said, we do have the digital version. So if you'd prefer to read it on an online medium, you're able to do that. And then if you'd prefer the paper copy, you can do that also.
So you guys are well aware that, this is what's going on right now, and you guys are taking attention to the Mercyad. Okay, I see you guys. All right, well, this is Veterans Week. Well, this is Veterans Week. Yesterday was, Monday was Veterans Day. Why don't you guys tell me a little bit about the story that you guys did?
Yeah, so this week, the front cover is 2 current students who are, I believe, enlisted in the Marines.
Really? What are their names?
John Chorman and Austin. I want to say his last name is Donald. I might be wrong. They're
okay.
both senior intelligence studies majors. They were here during the event last week where the committee brought in a series of military vehicles. I have class with John and Austin, so I asked if I could take a picture of them next to the vehicle, and Yeah.
Shout out to those 2 students, by the way, for wanting to join the Marines and serve our country. You know, I have military family myself. My grandfather actually served in Vietnam, and he's been a war veteran ever since. I think he was Corporal Hart a few times, and now he's a pastor at a church down in Virginia near Fredericksburg. So shout out to all the veterans for Veterans Week. We appreciate and thank you for your service. I'm actually wearing, you're going to see on the video portion, but on the podcast, on the audio portion, I'm actually wearing a veterans tag stating that I do support veterans, being that, you know, without them we wouldn't have the freedom that we have right now to be writing and having our freedom of speech and writing for the Merciad and doing stuff for Laker Student Media, doing this podcast. So shout out to the veterans, shout out to the military. You know, we support you guys and we love you guys. Why don't you two, before we go, tell us your best moment with the Merciad and I know you guys said it previously, but why don't you tell us again if you have a best story?
I would say my favorite memory is my end of my sophomore year. The editor-in-chief at that time was a really good friend of mine. I had known her since high school.
Really?
Yes.
What school? What high school did you guys go to?
Collegiate Academy.
Where is that?
It's right on State Street.
Okay. So you are from Erie. Okay.
Yep.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
So we were graduating a lot of our editors.
Okay.
So what I put together for them for their senior gift was each one of them got their own like front page cover story. So it'd be like Amber Matha, editor-in-chief, is graduating. Oh. And it was a full story. We interviewed a bunch of friends and family to write up stories for them. There were about 5 of them, and just being able to present them with that and seeing how much they enjoyed those stories was one of my favorite memories.
It was a heartwarming ending, I guess. It was a heartwarming ending, and, you know, while I do have a little controversy with happy endings, it's not too bad to get your happy ending. I appreciate that. What about you, Marina?
I would say my best memory was my freshman year. The Merciad won the Keystone Press Award. I believe it was, Lauren, was it for the layout and design?
Yes.
What's the Keystone Press Award again? If you can remember off the top of your head.
It's a Pennsylvania awarded press award, very highly regarded. So the Merciad on the whole won that, and then I also won for an individual award for an article that I wrote for the opinion section.
Oh my gosh, what was that?
I actually don't remember what the article was.
So you don't remember? How do you not remember the one story you actually got an award in?
Because it was a very nice surprise because I didn't even realize that we entered the competition. Our advisor at the time entered some of my articles without me knowing. So I just found out when the awards came through. I didn't even pick one myself to submit. So
at least she thought of you, though. Like, she was like, you know what? This person did some really cool articles. I'm going to put her in a contest, but not tell her that she's a part of it.
Yeah, it was a wonderful surprise. I got the email and I was like, I didn't enter this.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. Well, I want to thank the both of you and shout out to the Merciad for coming on down to the Laker Student Media's The Shamrock podcast. I want to thank you guys. Anything you want to say before we get off the air?
Thank you for having us. And if any students are interested in joining the Merciad, let us know. Get in contact with us. All
right. Well, that's it for today. You know it. You know it. You know the one and only, the usual. I'm Donnie Dark, being dark with you after midnight. This is the Shamrock podcast, and we'll catch you next time.